Hey guys, welcome to another exciting episode of Auto Repairs. So today I'm going to be repairing some rusted exhaust on a generator on a work truck. I'm gonna go ahead and show you that stuff right now. They had already cut the exhaust pipe and muffler out. I'm going to be putting in a new muffler and some new exhaust pipe. It's gonna be kind of tricky because there's a hole in the floor, I'll show you that in a minute, where I have to route the exhaust pipe through. So let's get started. I've got a SL406 from the Saver line of IMCO mufflers right here. There's the tag for it. Also, I'm not gonna bend my own pipe. Here's a cheater pipe that I have been using to break tough to get loose bolts and nuts for a while, just sticking the end of the ratchet through it, but it already has some nice bends in it. Not that one, it has a ding in it, but this one here, I'll end up using this to go through the floor. In through here so you can see it. This is where I gotta route it through. It comes through down to the other gas tank. I need to route it through here. It's going to go down here and out the bottom side of the frame rail here. I'm gonna try and match it up to come out by the other tailpipes here. Pipe bender. I apologize for the mess around this area. This is a working shop, so I don't always pick up after I'm done. I try and pick up on the fly. This part is my expander. These are some of the dies that I would use to expand pipes, flare for flanges, whatnot. I'll end up using this this one or this one here. It'll just slip onto this piece here. If there we go. Yeah, sweet rubber bands to keep it all together. I'm gonna go ahead and start this up and expand my pipe. Oh, I gotta plug it in. It probably won't end up being this large. Ugh. I don't know if you saw that there, but it went just a little bit. I could feel it right there at the 3. It expanded just a touch. That's what we want. All right, guys, just finished up here. Went ahead and put in the red dies. These are 1 3/4. The black dies were 2.5. Obviously, way too big. Got my piece. Gonna stick it in right there. It's gonna fall down though. It's not gonna do what I want it to do. Obviously, I'm doing everything one-handed because I'm not using a GoPro. So I'm gonna go ahead and bend this down. We want a 90-degree angle here. I'm gonna use my super accurate protractor here, right? I don't even know if that's what you would call it, but it has marks on it. It is accurate if it's touching here, kind of, not really. But I'll just eyeball it. We want 90 degrees, right? So that's gonna be an L shape. Say that's pretty close to an L. What would you guys think? Huh? You're right, a little bit more. That's what I was thinking too. All right. Didn't lock off completely. That's okay. A little twist. Pipes down. All right. Looks a little bit better. All right, guys. Back inside the back of the truck. Might be a little dark here, but here's my new piece that I've been making here, and it is going to fit just fine. Once I'm gonna have to clean up the burrs on it, burrs meaning these little pieces here from the cut, and it'll slide right in there and it'll fit down my hole. Now once I get it in there, I'm able to move it around anywhere I want, since these it has a little bit of space to move around in there, which is great, and then I could work on the bottom from there. But next step, clean up these burrs. I'll just do that and then I'll get on to the next step. All right, if you look dead center of the screen right now, you can see the end of my pipe sticking through just a little bit there. It's not tacked in. I did not tack it in with a welder yet. Well, I've been getting pretty lucky today. So here I have a piece of 1 3/4 that's already been cut down from our typical 10-foot pieces of pipe we get. This is the one I'm not going to be using. This is an 1.5 inch, but I went ahead and set it out anyway in case I need a chunk of it or something. So I'm gonna get working on this next piece here. All right, guys, back at the pipe bender. We know we need at least a 90-degree bend on this piece of pipe. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that. Doing my one-handed gig. See how well I can get it done. 1 3/4 pipe getting bent again with the 1 3/4 dies on my pipe bender. Seems like I may have put a little too much on the one side, but if I don't, it'll crush the pipe. I just don't even want to deal with it, so I'd rather cut a little off. I went ahead and chalked this up in the vise. Now, this here, you could tell that this got smaller right here, right at the 90, right where I need it. It always does that when you bend it. I'm gonna go ahead and make a cut right here. I'm gonna whiz through this part so you guys don't have to watch it. Is that a WRX? So that's another tech that works here, and a good friend of mine, Paul, just driving in a WRX to work on. Meanwhile, I'm underneath this here, and I just wanted to show you guys what I got going on here. This is the bend that I just made. Here's the fuel tank. You know, definitely want to stay plenty far away from the fuel tank. Coming down here, and I'm going to exit just in front of this mud flap here, but far enough away it doesn't melt that either. This frame rail here has some bolt holes here where I can put a hanger, rubber hanger, and keep this from bouncing around. All right, so we're back under here. I went ahead and made this next bend to kick it out. Everything's looking really good. I wanted to interview Paul over there to see what he was doing, but he's yeah, he doesn't want to be on camera. That's okay. So right here, it looks a little bit long, but that's okay. I can cut this back because remember, we still need to install a muffler in here too to keep this quiet and keep the decibels down. So I'll go ahead and pull this out, make a cut, bring this back, and install the muffler and a little bit of a tailpipe. Go ahead and go back over to the pipe bender here. Go to the expander. I need to expand this a little bit so it'll fit over the muffler we're gonna use. I want to make sure it fits. I went ahead and put this hanger here. Got a nut, bolt here, lock washer, make sure it doesn't move. It can swivel right now because I haven't completely tightened it down yet. The muffler is gonna go in here. And then, sorry, it's kind of hard to do this with one hand. And then I'm gonna kick it out the side here. The hanger, I'll weld that to there and it'll be tight, and I'll just work on a tailpipe, and everything just fell apart. All right, looks like I need to start welding. All right, that bottom side of that weld is gonna be a lot more difficult than I thought it was gonna be, but I'll get it. Now that I have that tacked up, I'm gonna go down below and I'm gonna weld up the other welds down below and try and get that hanger set up too. And I'll save this weld for last, simply because it's difficult and I'm getting hot, I'm getting sweaty, and it'll make that Rockstar just that much more satisfying. Not too shabby, huh? I'll keep going. I gotta be careful though, because I'm right here at the gas tank and I really don't want to catch on fire. So I'm actually gonna quit recording so I can be safe about this, finish up these welds, and we'll get back to the tailpipe and I'll show you guys that. All right, so I know I've been making this look easy, like crawling under here and out, you know, you don't see that. So I'm gonna show you guys what I have to do now. I have to crawl forward on the ground, then I have to sit up right over here. Hey dude, what's up? There's Paul. Oh yeah. All right. Them dang videos. All right, so I gotta get up there. Okay. There's the backside where I'm working. Thank God I'm a small guy. All right, I'm gonna do this weld real quick. All right, so here we have Nick. He's the boss here. He's gonna hold the muffler for me while I weld it on straight, and then I'll get the hanger on there. So I'm just gonna make a little weld and turn off my camera here. Let me get closer. There we go. All right, that's a little more an attack weld, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the hanger next, all right? All right, are you cool with that? Do hanger?
Yeah, go ahead and get the hanger.
All right.
Yeah, welder does sound nice.
Yeah, it's a very nice welder.
Smells like that welder. You know what I mean? It reminds me of when I worked in the
The wood stove factory?
yeah.
Yeah. It's a really like industrial welder. I'm really enjoying it. It welds really nice too. I don't have to do much movement or anything, and I'm laying down some pretty nice speeds.
God, that smell just reminds me of the days when I was young. Worked in the wood stove factory at 2021.
Yeah, man. Hey, I appreciate you holding the muffler there for me.
You got it.
All right, I'm gonna weld away. Thanks, buddy.
Yep, looking good. Looking good. Perfect job.
Thank you. All right, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a little bit of a tack weld on the head of this bolt. That way it's a permanent thing and we can just take that nut off if we ever need to take that off. All right. Okay, so I'll also have to cut this off. I grabbed the hammer there to try and bend it up. You know, it started shaking the whole thing. I just didn't want to take a chance with it now. I'll cut that off with a cut-off wheel. Next, I just got to build that tailpipe to kick it out. All right, things are going great. All right, looking at it from the passenger side here, where the tailpipes for the engine of the vehicle comes out. I'm gonna try and get this to just come pretty much straight out next to these here. Those are a little loose. I might have to do some work with that later on down the road, but yeah, that's where we're at. I'm gonna finish this job up. All right, so here's what we got. I got a 2.5-inch pipe that had the glove on it. Doesn't have the glove on it anymore. I have it going in here to the muffler. It's a perfect fit. I also put a grease smudge mark with my thumb right here. You can kind of tell. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this pipe out, take it over to the portaband at the bench, and cut it. Then I'm gonna put an angle cut on it. Excuse me. And so that way the exhaust kind of dumps towards the ground and gets away from where the guys are working. The last thing I got to do here is I got to weld up this tailpipe, and then I got to cut this hanger back from earlier and paint it up, and I'm all done. I'd like to give a shout out to AMJ Insulation LLC for letting me work on their generator. The generator is for a insulation fluff dispenser, so they hook up a bunch of hoses and just plumb whatever they're doing full of fluff insulation. Man, thank you guys for letting me do this. Let me use my new welder on it. I had a lot of fun doing this. All right, I almost forgot, but didn't forget, about the very last weld, this toughie back here. All right, last step here. Very last thing. I know I've said that a whole bunch, but this is the last thing. I've already painted everything else except for this right here. Oh God, I hope I don't spray my phone. That's all right. I'm gonna be a nice guy and go ahead and stop the spread of this rust. Well, it's still gonna spread because it's starting to rust, but just get that whole pipe and it'll last a lot longer. All right. How about it? Whew, it's a little fumey back here. I'm getting out. All right, guys, that does it for this episode of Auto Repairs. I'd like to thank AMJ Insulation LLC for letting me work on their generator, installing the new muffler, tailpipe, all that. I had a lot of fun doing it. And I am really looking forward to this ice cold Rockstar I've been working towards. I hadn't had anything to drink the whole time I was working on it, and man, oh yeah. That's nice. Rockstar. If you enjoyed the video, give me a like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. I try to upload at least one video every week. Man, thanks for watching.